When you start playing Civilization 6 for the first time, learning how to manage your cities can be pretty daunting. Between your population, housing, amenities, loyalty, and borders, all basic themes that serve as the foundation in your empire. The number here next to the name of a city shows its population count, and the even smaller number next to it shows how many turns until your population grows. Each pop consumes 2 food per turn, and any surplus food goes towards growing said population, so be sure to get high food yields to help your cities grow. If you do not have enough food to maintain a city's population, it will shrink until it evens out with the food output, like a scale of sorts. Clicking on the city and looking at the city management tab, you can see how much food per turn a city is making here. While in the city management tab, you can also click here on the manage citizens button to see which tiles all of your citizens are working. If you are not satisfied, you can click on tiles you do want them to work and lock them in. But if you misclick or want to change it, clicking again will unlock the citizen, allowing the computer to auto-select the tile they work, or allowing you to reassign them to a new tile instead. You can also go back down to the yields on the city management tab to get them to focus on tiles with certain yields and have them ignore other yields. This is great if you need to focus on food to get a new city off the ground, or if you need to focus on production to get more troops out in a pinch during a war. Higher populations always means more tiles getting worked, which generally means higher yields. Speaking of higher population, each citizen makes 0.6 science and 0.3 culture per turn, allowing high population empires to delay a few campuses and theater squares. When it comes to districts, the population count also affects how many districts you can build, as the first pop allows for 1 district to be built, and every 3 pop after that allows for another district to be built. Now of course you'll need a place for all these citizens, which is where housing comes into play. Going back to the city management tab, you can see how much housing a city has here. Each unit of population needs 1 unit of housing, and running low has its consequences. Having only 1 housing space left decreases your city's growth by 50%, and it gets lower as you dip into the negatives until the city stops growing completely. To get more housing, you can settle your cities next to water. Each city has 2 housing to start off with, but can be increased to 3 and 5 with coastal and freshwater. An aqueduct can give full housing to cities without fresh water, increasing it to 6 for non-freshwater cities, and 7 for those that already have it. You can get even more housing from buildings like the granary, lighthouse, sewer, or barrack, improvements like farms, pastures, plantations, and fishing boats, districts like dams, reserves, and neighborhoods. Your government type and policies can give housing too, such as the monarchy government type, which provides +2 housing in cities with medieval walls if you're playing vanilla, or +1 housing to cities with each level of walls they have from ancient to Renaissance, allowing for up to 3 extra housing if you're playing the Gathering Storm DLC. 2 key wonders that affect housing and population are the Hanging Gardens, giving +2 housing in the city it's built in, and +15% growth in all of your cities, along with the Anchor Watt giving +1 housing in all cities, and +1 population in all of your cities when completed. If you do lack housing, don't worry, as you only need enough people to work the tiles the city has, not more. So if you get close to your cap, you can and should switch a city's focus from food to production in the city management panel, like I mentioned before. On top of your housing, your citizens will also need to be entertained, which is where amenities come into play, but I'll go over those in the next video, as this is part 1 of a 4-part series on basic city management, so be sure to subscribe for when that video comes out, and in the meantime you can join my Discord to play Civ with other people, or to ask any questions about the game a new player might have. We'd be happy to help. I'm Ridic, and I'll see you in the next era.